So for my YouTube guys, I'm recording this on my TikTok live, and for the TikTok people, I'm also recording this so that you guys can kind of watch it back. Someone commented something saying, or one of my videos or whatever, saying about how to not react to your 3D when it comes to manifesting. So I have some notes, so if I'm looking down, I'm reading off of those. But yeah, I just wanted to go through this topic for you guys. So the first thing to understand is that your outside is a reflection of your inside. It's like a mirror, right? So when you have a mirror, you are not able to change anything in that mirror. You have to change yourself to be able to change what is in the mirror, right? And when it comes to manifestation and your reality and what you experience is basically like a 3D holographic mirror. That's basically what it is when it comes to manifestation. So nothing is going to change in your 3D unless you change, right? Just like I said with the mirror, you have to change yourself first if you want something to change on the outside, right? So you also need to understand as well that everything exists now. Everything exists now. Everything, yeah, you have to understand that everything exists now. Everything is existing now. The present moment and the now is all that exists. Like time is an illusion. It is an illusion. In this 3D reality that we experience time like linear, so past, present, future, all that kind of stuff. But in different dimensions and time in general, time is an illusion. So everything exists now. So when I say that, I'm saying that to say that the reality that you want to experience already exists. Everything exists now. There's literally infinite possibilities. There's infinite realities. There's infinite like parallel realities, etc. Where the desires that you want, there's a version of you that already has them. And the reason why you have those desires and the reason why you're able to imagine those desires and see it in your head and all that kind of stuff is because it already exists. And it comes down to understanding that the universe is structured holographically. So I had to write this bit down because it's kind of hard to like understand, but so yeah, the universe is structured holographically. So each possible version of reality is also holographic. What we see is like a 3D holographic version, basically, yeah? We contain within us all possible versions of reality, and from the infinite realities or like holographs or like whatever, from the infinite versions of reality, you basically select the reality that you will experience based on your beliefs, your imagination, and your feelings. So any version of reality that you are currently experiencing is because you are selecting that reality because of your beliefs, because of your imagination, because of your feelings. Like I talk about the law of assumption. So because of your assumptions, your beliefs, your feelings, etc., you are choosing and you are selecting that particular reality from the infinite amount of possibilities of the different realities that there are, right? So it's said a lot, I say it a lot. Instead of thinking that we create our reality, like I know within like the manifestation community or whatever, everyone talks about creating your reality, etc., etc. Instead of just thinking that you create your reality, think of it as you are selecting the reality that you want to experience. So I'm saying that to say that this will all like tie in with like towards the end, but I'm saying that to say, yeah, that you select the reality that you want to experience. So knowing that should make it a bit easier. You don't have to necessarily think about it in terms of creating as if it's something that you need to do. You just select the reality that you want to experience, and then the law, the universe, like whatever you want to use it. When I say the law, I mean the law of assumption, will then has the ways for you to be able to experience that reality. But it's about you selecting the reality that you want to experience through your beliefs, your assumptions, your feelings, your imagination, right? And as I said, your imagination is an archive of all of the possible realities that you could experience. Your imagination is literally an archive of all of the realities that do currently exist. Everything is existing now, and your imagination is an archive of that. That's why you're able to see all these different things, you're able to visualize, etc., because that version of reality does exist. You're just not able to physically experience it right now because you haven't selected that through your beliefs and stuff, but you are able to, right? So how does this tie back into not reacting to your 3D, right? Think of your reality like a TV channel, or when you're watching TV, right? When you are watching a channel, or you are watching something that you don't like, a channel that you don't like, etc., etc., you don't then physically think that you have to then walk into that program and you have to go and change something about it. If you don't like whatever it is you're watching on your TV, you literally pick up your remote and you will just change the channel that it's on. So when it comes to your reality, in the same way, when you are experiencing something that you don't like about your reality, it's not about trying to change anything in the physical, because you can't do that. In the same way that you can't not like something about a TV show and go into the TV and change it. The only thing you can do is change the channel. So when it comes to your reality, the only thing that you can do is to stop entertaining that version of reality that you don't like, change the channel, so to speak, and change your beliefs, change your assumptions, change your feelings, and decide to select a different version of reality through your beliefs, your feelings, your assumptions, your imagination, right? Sorry, I have so many notes here. So by reacting to that version, of reality that you don't like, you are choosing to engage in it more. You're choosing to stay on that channel, as I said with the TV analogy, that you're choosing to stay there by constantly reacting to it. You're constantly selecting that version of reality by reacting to it, by believing that is the real reality that you always have to experience, when it doesn't work like that. It's about you selecting the one that you want to through your beliefs, through your assumptions, right? So, as I said, your imagination is an archive of all of the possible realities that there is, okay? And it's the ones that you focus on / you believe in with your imagination, you then select, and then you activate that version of reality through your feelings, okay? So that's why when you are reacting to something in your reality that you do not like the law of assumption doesn't care whether something is good or bad for you. It's a process, and the process is that if you keep going there in your imagination, you keep selecting that, you keep activating it through your feelings, you keep feeding into it, you're then going to experience more of that. So the only way for you to not experience it anymore is to take your mind in the direction of something else. Take your mind into the direction of what you want. Because you have to understand as well that it's very easy for us to think about this. Obviously this is real to us because we're able to feel things, we're able to touch things, etc., etc. But it's about understanding that what is going on in your mind is just as real, if not realer, than what we experience in the 3D. Because what we experience here in the 3D is, like I said, it's holographic. Everything started in your mind. So the mind is always the cause. So if you want to experience something else, you have to change it in your mind first. You can't necessarily do anything on the outside, and there's no point getting necessarily upset with the outside if you keep going there mentally, because then you're just going to continue to create more of it, and obviously you don't want that. And obviously it's easier said than done. I'm going to get onto that in a little bit. It's easier said than done. Obviously it's natural. If something happens in your 3D, in your reality that you don't like, of course you're going to react to it, but it's about not focusing on that and not staying in that state and not dwelling there, because then you will create more of it, okay? So this leads me on to, so the question, when someone asked me how not to react to your 3D, obviously there's two ways to look at this. I didn't know as well whether they were speaking about how not to react to your 3D as in if you're trying to manifest something and then something bad happens regarding that. Let's say for example, you're trying to manifest money, and then all of a sudden you get like a massive bill. Something comes along, you're trying to manifest money. I know I've seen like tweets about it and stuff as well, when like whenever you're trying to like do well in life, you're doing well in life, like something in your car might break or like whatever it is, right? So there's that side of not reacting to your 3D, and then there's also the side of, again, if you are trying to manifest something and then just not reacting in general. Like let's say, again, let's say you are trying to manifest money, and then every time you look at your bank account, you see that you don't have the money that you want, and not reacting to that. So I'm gonna cover both aspects, right? So when it comes to not reacting to when something like bad happens, okay, the first things first, I don't want to preach, and I never would preach like toxic positivity. I'm not saying that as soon as something bad happens, you have to remember all this stuff about manifestation and you're meant to just be numb and not react to anything. Like, we are human. We chose to be here because we get to have a human experience, and we get to experience all of the emotions of being a human, and that is a beautiful thing. So allow yourself to feel whatever emotions you need to feel when it comes to whatever situation it is that you have experienced, right? It's about the not dwelling there. As I said, when you're selecting the reality that you're going to experience, it's because you keep focusing on that version of reality in your mind. So yes, feel the emotions of whatever is going on. You have a bill, you have something you don't like, you feel upset, you feel sad, like 110%. Feel those emotions in the moment. Like, emotions are just energy emotion. They need to be released. So if you need to feel it, then feel it. But don't focus on that too much. And the reason I said everything I said before about how like we select our reality and all that kind of stuff is because with understanding that, you will understand as well that if you continue to react to what it is that you don't like, you are selecting more of it. So yes, feel the emotions, but try your best not to focus on it too much. And having the knowledge that you select the reality that you want just means that yes, if something does happen and you do experience something in your 3D that you don't like, you understand that at some point it's like your 3D reality is just catching up to what's going on in your mind. So yes, you might have created something that is from the old ways that you were thinking, etc., etc. But as long as you stick to what it is you are doing in your mind, know that eventually you will get to experience that reality. Just try your best not to react to what is happening right now, because it doesn't really matter in the long run. It doesn't really matter. It's about what's going on in your mind and what you want to experience, right? Let's see the other points I had. Yeah, so as I said, as I was going to say as well, stay as neutral as possible, because when events happen, it's us that assigns the meaning. We decide what something means. A situation in itself has no inherent like positive or negative meaning to it, right? We as humans, we assign meaning to things so quickly that we don't even realize it. We're the ones that decide the meaning of, oh, this happened, so it must be bad. Oh, this happened, so it must mean that my manifestation isn't coming. Da 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 da. And the more, again, you are choosing to assign that particular meaning to it. You don't need to do that. Now, this, as I said a little bit earlier, I'm not trying to promote like toxic positivity, but if something bad happens, if you are finding it hard to stick to what it is that you know you want to experience, you're finding it hard to stick to what you would prefer to experience, and you're finding it hard to then direct your mind back to what it is that you actually do want to experience, one thing that you can do, instead of assigning like a negative meaning to what just happened, you can assign and choose to assign a positive meaning to that, right? So even if it is just saying to yourself, right now, I'm going to decide that there is something good that is going to come from this, and sooner or later, I will be shown what that is. Right now, I don't know, but sooner or later, I will be shown what that is. The moment you decide to assign that positive meaning to whatever has just happened, it will allow you to feel a lot calmer, one. And two, again, this is something that you have to experience this for yourself, but again, you will see a positive outcome from that. You will get to find out what the positive thing was out of this situation that you initially would have thought would have been negative. And then once you've done that, you've released that, you know that, okay, something good is going to come out of this. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Then again, you can direct your mind back to selecting the version of reality that you do want to experience. Yeah. And then in terms of just not reacting to your 3D in general, when it's not lining up to what it is that you are currently trying to manifest, as I said, it's about understanding everything that I've said before in terms of how we select our reality and how you select it through your beliefs, your imagination, your beliefs, your feelings, and obviously you activate it with your feelings as well. But it's also about, I would say, what's the best way to describe this? As I said kind of earlier, you have to see your internal reality as more real than what it is that you are experiencing. Now, obviously that's, like I said earlier, it's hard because we live in a physical, like we live in things that we can touch, we can feel, and all that kind of stuff, right? Sorry, a comment just made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, we live in a world where we can physically touch things and so it's hard for us to retrain our mind to understand that what is going on in our mind is the cause of everything, is the cause of our reality. It's hard for us to understand that, but if like you take notes on this, I'm recording this for my YouTube as well, so if there's anything in here that you guys want to go back on and take notes on, like, you really have to dig deep and truly understand for yourself as well that it is us that is creating our reality, and knowing that will allow you to, yes, if there's something that goes against what it is you're trying to manifest, like let's say, for example, as I said earlier, you're trying to manifest money, you check your account, you don't have the money yet, you don't have as much money as you want in your account. It's about understanding, like, think of life like a game, for example, right? Think about it like this, as you're like selecting your reality, yeah? Sometimes when we are downloading something, right? If you go on your computer, your laptop, your iPad, whatever, and you are downloading something, you know that at the end of it, you are going to get what it is that you downloaded. But there's that little like thing that's going around. Like, it takes a little while for you to then be able to experience it. When it comes to manifesting something, think of it that way, that as long as you, like, let's say for me, for example, when I'm making YouTube videos, I use iMovie, right? And you can't leave the app when you're downloading your video. I have to stay on that screen. I can't do anything else. I have to stay on that screen, but I know at the end of it, I am going to get the video that I want. It's the same when it comes to manifesting and selecting your reality and creating your reality, all that kind of stuff. As long as you stay focused in your mind about what it is that you want, you stay focused, you stay visualizing it. You don't have to always visualize, because not everyone is a visual person, but if you do like to visualize, then fine. But you stay visualizing it, you stay having that mental diet that goes towards you thinking about you having it from the place of you already having it. You're feeding it the feelings, you're staying in that state in your mind. As long as you keep doing that, then know that at the end of it, like in the same way at the end of that, you clicked that you want to download something, that you're going to get it. As long as you stay on that, know that you are going to get it. So regardless of what happens, regardless of the like distractions that you might currently see in your 3D world, as long as you stick with that and know that at the end you're going to get it, you will get it, right? Just think of manifestation like a game. Everything that I've said about your reality being like a 3D, everything being holographic, all that kind of stuff, try your best to understand that and see it for yourself as well. I say this a lot in all of my videos, but you have to, if you don't know this already, you have to experience it for yourself. So decide on something that you want to experience. Try to understand from the point of view that you are selecting the reality that you want to experience with your imaginations, your beliefs, your feelings, etc. And play with it and decide on something small at first. It could be something really simple, and I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but yeah, I hope that's helped. As I said, someone had asked me about how not to react to your 3D. So every Friday at around 7, every Friday around 7, I'm going to do a TikTok crack live. I'll speak about a topic. I'm also recording it for my like YouTube as well. So every Tuesday. Oh. Yeah, guys. So as I was saying to my live people, my live just got, I can get it back in like 10 minutes, but I think because of this top, like TikTok didn't like this top. I didn't even think about that. My live just got ended, but I have access back to it in the next like 10 minutes. But for you YouTube guys, like normally what I want to do at the end is answer any questions that came up on my live, but obviously that one got ended, so we have to wait till next week. But as I was saying, what I want to do is every Friday at 7 p.m. I'm going to do a live. It'll be based on a topic, either from questions, based on a topic mainly from questions on like my YouTube comments, or any questions someone has mentioned to me personally, like DM'd me or whatever, that I feel like would be a good video to share with everyone. I will do the TikTok live, I'll record it from my YouTube, and then at the end of the live, if you guys have any questions about what I've spoken about, or just anything in general to do with like manifestation or whatever, then I will answer them, and everything can be recorded. And then on Tuesdays I will upload a recording of the live, so if you missed the live, you still get to obviously listen to the content that I was speaking about. And then I'm thinking, I don't want to say it yet. I don't want to fully commit to it yet. So when I have decided, I'll let you guys know for sure. But I'm thinking Tuesdays will be the recording of my lives from the Friday before. And then on Fridays, I would just upload a video on like a different topic, which is purely like just for YouTube. Again, will probably be on something that you guys want me to speak about, or just something that I want to speak about. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts. I'm so annoyed that I didn't get to answer any like questions or whatever that I had from the live. That's like super annoying. Next time I will know not to wear a top like this. I didn't even TikTok. Anyway, let me just be grateful that it's not banned forever. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.